Hi, welcome. Today I want to talk about latency in TPL Dataflow. So let's get started. So as usual, I have prepared an example for you to demonstrate this. So let's take a quick look. Basically, I'm going to call the start method in this example class and we can take a quick look. So we will propagate a completion. So you all know about this already from watching some of my earlier videos. As a producer, I will create a broadcast block and I'm going to create 10 consumer blocks. So you can see I'm going to iterate in these loops and I'm going to create 10 consumers. So I get an item and I add it to this list of consumer blocks and then I link the producer blocks to these 10 consumers. And how I make the consumer is pretty standard as you have already seen. Basically, it's an action block, and all it does is prints whatever integer it gets in its queue, gets as its input. So since we have 10 consumers, each one can be identified from 0 through 9. And then what I'm going to do is post 100 messages to the producer block, and obviously producer block is a broadcast block. So it will transmit all these messages to all the 10 consumers that are linked to it. And then I'm going to wait for all of these consumers to finish. So I've run this program already, but I will run it again for you. And let's take a quick look and see what we observe. So if you look at this, you can see when we start, most of this is, you can see there is really no 5 in there for a while. And we can actually check this by pasting it somewhere else and then search, for example, 5. So you can see 5 is appearing very late, and then we have ones and twos and all that. So essentially what's happening is the blocks which already are processing messages, they are getting processing done first, and some of these other blocks are getting messages a little bit later on. So in a way, if we wanted to improve the latency, as what we say in terms of how each of these blocks should process their messages quite quickly or more quickly, what we can do is we can add an option to these action blocks, and I'm going to demonstrate the effect of it right now. So it will be new execution data flow block options, and the option I'm going to demonstrate is max messages per task, and we are going to just set it to 3. So basically what it means is at a time each of these blocks will only process 3 max messages per task, and we should see more even load. So let's give it a try and run it and see what it does and see if we get some better results. So as you can see now, we have some 5s appearing pretty quickly here in the initially, and we have more even distributions. We have some 6s appearing, some 7s, 3s. So actually this is a pretty good way if you want to make sure that if you have a lot of blocks in the system, each of them do not hog the system in terms of how they operate. So if to improve the latency in terms of how the messages are processed in the block, you can use this to your advantage. Thank you for watching this short screencast, and I will add this video on my website under TPL Dataflow Latency. And you have a great day.